Hey Joby, it's your old pal Steveo here coming to you live on YouTube. Well, maybe not live, but I remember we did a little knife throwing once upon a time, and you wanted to see once I got these things mastered. Well, I don't know if I've actually got them mastered, but I've learned a few tricks. Figured I'd make a little YouTube video and show you. First thing I want to do is talk a little bit about how you hold these things and throw them. Now, there's a couple of techniques that are out there. You can look around on YouTube. Probably put a link somewhere like up in here, show you one real impressive guy named Ralph Thorne who does a no spin technique. Well, it looks good. It's a little harder to do than you see in the video. But what I've been using is the spin technique, where I'll either hold the knife like so uh, by the blade, or I'll hold it by the handle and throw it. Now, the key to this is not really to whip real hard and put a whole lot of spin on it. I like a nice slow spin, so I grab pretty high up on the blade, or on the handle like so, or on the blade like so. And just take a normal throwing action, just like throwing a baseball. And the release, you let it slide out of your hand. You don't flip it or anything like that. It's almost like you just kind of let go, and off it goes. One of the keys to making these things stick is you got to get a consistent throw and a consistent spin rate. Then you got to kind of develop an eye for about how far away you are. So let's show you a couple things here first, and then we'll get the fun started. Now, if you're going to start throwing some knives, it's important to get yourself some good targets. Large flat targets to start with. You can see I've got my two targets here. I've got my, basically it's the end of a palm tree that somebody cut down. And I have my flat 2 by 12, about 3.5 feet tall basic board. And I started throwing into the board, and you can see I've chewed it up pretty good. I've been throwing a lot. But the thing with throwing into a board like that is that the knife pretty much has to hit with the grain, meaning it's pretty much got to stick like that, straight up and down. It doesn't want to stick very easily that way. It won't go in too deep. So the knife pretty much has to hit vertical to get it to stick. Now, if you look at throwing into the end of a log, you see most of the knife throwers doing this. It's a little easier way to get it to stick, because the knife will stick really easy sideways, straight up and down, any other kind of angle. If you hit it with a point, it's going to stick. So I'll just show you a few throws here with the log, and we'll see what we can do for you. All right, when you first start throwing some knives, you want to be pretty much up close so you can kind of get the feel for it, get some good sticks. I like to call these the high percentage throws. Now, from this range, we're only going to get about a half a spin, actually a quarter spin. I'm going to hold it to handle, and I'm going to throw right into the log like so. Now I'm throwing a little sidearm because the target's so low, but I can still throw down on it, get it to stick a little bit. Actually, it's a little easier with the board because my target's a little higher. But I also have a nice little high percentage shot that I love to do all the time. And that's the old behind the back shot, where you just throw right into the log. Piece of cake, right? So you get a little frustrated, things aren't working out, things aren't sticking. Go to the high percentage shot, make a couple, feel real good about it. So let's back this up a little bit, see if we can't throw from a little farther distance. Okay, we're throwing from about 6 feet or so. Going to use a half spin throw, holding at the point. Something like this. You know, I can never do this while I'm filming. Sit here and throw them all day long and make them stick. Once there's a camera on, it gets a little dicey. So you get the general idea. Just a nice little half spin, regular looking throw into the target. Kind of looks like that. Now you'll notice you only got 2 knives. You're walking back and forth all the time. So get yourself a set of knives that has 5 or 6. That way you get a lot of throwing and a lot less chasing, things like that. I was getting ready to move the camera back a little bit, but I forgot I do have a backwards throw here from about 6 feet. Again, it's a half spin throw. Kind of looks like that. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, we've backed up to 12 feet. Gonna do one full spin throw, gripping at the handle. Kind of looks like that. Okay, we're back to 18 feet. Gonna throw 1.5 spin, holding from the blade, let her rip. Okay, the throws get really hard from here. We're back around 22 feet. That's gonna require, 2 full spins, gripping from the handle. It's a very hard shot from way back here. The target's kind of hard to hit, let alone get the knife to stick in it. So we'll see what we can do. That was 2 throws over the top. There's a stick. And there's a stick. Not too bad for second pass. Okay, now for the longest throw I've ever made. It's about 26 feet. 2.5 spins, gripping from the blade. I'm pretty sure I'm going to miss a few times on this one, so sit tight. First one stuck. There's a winner, 26 feet. And just to wrap up, I'm going to do my little drill where I take 2 throws at every position, see how many of these I can stick. All right, good finish. So I kind of screwed up the full spin ones, but not too bad on the rest of them. Okay, just to recap, I spin with a slow spin throw technique, gripping either high on the blade or high up on the handle. You want to get yourself a couple of nice big flat targets to throw at. Start up close, work your way back, and get a set of knives that's got about 5 or 6. That way you'll walk back and forth a whole lot less. So, have fun.